And now for our feature presentation.
This is great because on the back it actually says this film is also known as
the I'll Watch It Later podcast.
You ever heard of that film?
And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I'll Watch It Later podcast, the podcast where we lie about the movies we've seen to impress our friends. As always, I'm your host, Aaron, and I'm joined by my two best friends, Jordan.
Wow, hi. I wasn't sure. I did buy you soda, so I guess I'm on the good graces right
on the
now.
good graces right now.
He brought me soda.
And Scott.
Yes.
We are here. If your first time hearing us, or if you are new to the show, we're three friends that like talk about movies, kind of clerk style it up. We're not going deep into it. We're not fucking analyzing your brain about it and making you feel feels. We're just talking about it, what we thought, and maybe it makes you want to go see it. Maybe it doesn't.
Sometimes we talk about music.
Yeah,
Sometimes we suck 37 dicks.
If you like us or think we're funny or don't like us, head over to iTunes and give us a rating. Rate us 5 stars. We'll read it on the show. You can always follow along on our Instagram at Watch It Later Pod.
Watch Later Pod.
Damn it,
So
close. So close. Watch Later Pod.
He's get that tattooed on his
Watch
wrist.
Later Pod. That, like right there.
Yeah.
Right next to all
Right.
the bands he just started listening to.
Yeah. Just
Watch
started.
Later Pod, Coheed,
Mayday
Red Hot Chili
Parade.
Peppers.
Right next to his Coldplay tattoo.
Yeah. All the lights and all of the sounds. Anyways, this
And
is our
sometimes we sing.
this is our movie
Most times
show.
lately.
If you guys are listening to this is Scott's movie. That means last of the week, and we are rolling into the snack show. And
Boy, howdy.
yeah, and it's the biggest snack show ever.
If this is the first snack show, it's a snack show for you. If you've listened before, especially my brother, this will be the biggest snack show we have ever had. I bought stuff today to bring to the snack
I'm
show.
excited about that because I have
The cereal?
Yeah, where'd you find it?
Walmart.
Of course, dude. Whatever your
Can't wait to
Walmart.
get a brain,
Everybody at Walmart
I
has
can't
everything.
wait to get a brain freeze.
No. Sorry. No, I bought that this morning at Safeway when I went and grabbed
Oh,
donuts.
okay.
for
See,
the
I have
kid.
clearly not Peach Goblin ones
And if you want to know what we're talking about, tune in next week.
because I got
Duh.
the Canada snacks in, so we have some more chips to try from Canada.
East Coast snacks rolling in.
Yeah, we got a
Deep.
lot. Are we doing the mac and cheese?
We
Or
can.
is that?
I think that's a
just
great idea.
want some. I want to try it. So
Well, let's do it next
Okay.
week. We'll just make it and eat it.
yeah, and we have ice cream.
Sounds so good.
It's probably something that was in the chat that I didn't read.
I have Guinness mac and cheese.
Oh.
Eric sent Guinness mac and
Actually,
cheese. It looks delicious.
We've moved over to like him and his brother chat, so
'Cause
we
you don't
kinda
ever
chat
answer.
there.
Cool.
So yeah, we
Cool.
don't really unless
Did
it's
I? Yeah,
show
maybe I
related.
did,
That way I just come flying in and I act surprised. For everything that is said at the table. I'm
And
like, wow, really?
And at least you act surprised when we didn't give you the information, other than we've explained it to you 5 times, and then you act
do
surprised.
read
We're like,
things. It's just when you guys go off and really post a ton of
Scott,
shit.
I don't want to hear
don't
your
go back all the
excuses.
way.
Jordan literally pulled out the Cuban chips. Sitting
I was
here.
producing.
No, you weren't.
I
He
was
pulled
fucking
out the
producing
Cuban
the
chips,
show.
and then later that night we were sitting on the couch, and you said to me, "Oh, Cuban chips! I better
should
find
get those. Yes, because when you were talking about them, I was producing. I was adjusting levels, and I had my head down,
Sure.
and you guys were talking.
I need to take a
Doing your
picture
fucking
of the
thing.
board in
Yeah.
quotes that we have. He's adjusting levels. It's not a fucking Death Star control
No.
panel, man. It's a fucking iPod.
But I am in charge of it.
Oh God. Okay.
It's
So,
my responsibility
anyways,
to make you sound fantastic.
after the snack show, we are moving into a theme month. I think we're going to have a couple coming up since we haven't really done any this year. But next month will be documentaries. So we're all going to pick a documentary we've never seen. And I will tell you the first one at the end of this show, and we will.
And we'll we may have an idea. We'll discuss this off air with you.
Ooh. Was this
we-
between the two of
What
you,
the
or
fuck?
did I just come up with something I don't
We
know
literally
about?
talked about it on the fucking couch the other night.
What was it?
The terrible fucking movies.
Oh, that could be anything, really.
No, there's dude.
Okay. Well,
yeah, we'll get into
I
this.
don't
and
remember.
I want to
so-
know.
the fucking poo movie.
They're making a sequel to that.
You want
by
to
the way.
watch that? No,
Dude,
not that poo movie.
Oh no, there's another poo movie. Like,
It's a
Yes.
movie about poo.
oh my god, is that a documentary? Please make it.
It's like a claymation about like this
Turd.
turd
I
that,
feel like
from
I
a
watched
dog,
it already on TikTok.
Wow.
and he goes through this like whole emotional thing.
Okay.
Anyways,
Anyways, yes.
Well, look forward to that,
Alright.
people.
So we all saw
Shit
Fast
month.
X, which we'll get into here in a little bit.
did we?
I watched a couple things. Did you watch anything besides Our movie and Fast X and Sisu.
Fast X, Sisu, our movie, and then I watched a movie that came out a while ago that no one ever talks about. Yeah, no, I'm doing something with my hands.
What?
Oh God, what was it called? Take Me Home Tonight with Topher Grace.
Oh, I saw.
Have you seen that movie?
Not only did I see that movie, I saw a sneak preview of that movie, and the girl, I can't remember her name right off the top of my, was in the audience, and I went to the bathroom, and as
the blonde?
Yeah,
she's hot.
She was in.
I think she's Australian.
Yeah, she is.
Good eye, mate.
Number 4 or whatever that movie was.
Yeah, that was terrible.
She was in that. So as I'm walking to the bathroom,
I am number 4.
I am number 4, and she comes out of the bathroom, and I said, "Holy crap, you're her name," because I remembered it at that time. And I said, "I just saw you, and I am number 4." And she says, "Well, I'm in this movie too."
Like,
and
wow,
I said, "Oh,
you're the one.
Yeah.
You're that guy."
Yeah, but she was very nice, and she gave me a big hug. So
she's great in this movie. Like I've seen it before. I signed up for like a free 2 weeks of Stars through my Amazon to watch. I think
like
it was
I may have
watch
seen
my
this.
movie last week. So I had it for 2 weeks, and it was on there. And I'm like, you know what? I need something where I don't need to pay attention. I've seen it before,
Teresa
but
Palmer.
it's fun. Teresa Palmer, she's great.
Yes.
So I threw that on there, and I forgot how much I like that movie, but also how nobody knows about it. Like it just disappeared, and it was filmed here in Phoenix.
Yes.
Because they were driving down the street, and I'm like, oh, that's the Courtesy Chevrolet fucking sign. I'm like, I know where that
He
is.
works
I
at
bought my
Suncoast
car.
Video.
I love Suncoast.
They must have been
I
at
feel like I
Fiesta.
may have seen this, but then I feel like I haven't.
It feels very generic comedy, like 80s type of
Because it
comedy,
looks like
but
a
filmed
90s,
in the 2000s.
Looks like a 90s teen movie.
Kind of,
It's
yeah.
It's an 80s. Chris Pratt's in it.
Well, it was filmed obviously in the 2000s, but it takes place in like mid 80s, 84, 85, and it's like guy working at Suncoast, out of high school, everyone's graduating college and getting on with their lives, and he's just like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. His dad's a cop, and he's like, dude, you gotta fucking get off the shit or get off the pot.
Just like in Clerks.
Exactly.
I wake
It's
up every
everything.
fucking day saying that. Matter of fact, when I sit down at this table, I'm just like, what do I don't even know what I want to fucking do with my
Like,
life.
shit. Yeah, every day.
Should've
I've
got
been,
the pot.
I've been doing my job for like 16 years. I'm like, well, where's that next big thing?
Yeah, what am I going to do when I grow
Fucking
up?
in my 40s. But yeah, Jesus. But yeah, it's kind of like that. And then like there's a girl in town that he had a crush on in high school, never took his shot because he was the nerd, and then all hilarity
typical.
ensues.
Typical.
It's very typical.
And it's
I would
paint by
s-
numbers,
I
but
would
it's
say
fun.
it's
I feel like I'd be right into this.
You might like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no. What
He's
was
like, you
it?
might like it. It's for
Can't
simple
hardly
things.
wait.
It's no band slam, but
Dude, Dead Slam is
it's very can't hardly wait. Except you just have to, because there's like a big house party, and then there's like a Beverly Hills party, and then there's all kinds of shit going on.
I might be
watch it.
You might actually really enjoy it. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm
it's
sure I
so
own
just
it.
fun. Like,
Not,
I'm sure
not
you do.
physically, but I think I own it
I
digitally.
don't did it ever come out digital, like physically? Like
It's getting-
it
no,
feels like
definitely
it,
has a
It's getting its
Blu-ray.
it feels
Criterion
like it
release
just
next week.
It's a double feature with like Dazed and Confused, Can't Hardly Wait, and fucking Take Me Home Tonight.
Yeah, I'll watch Can't Hardly Wait all fucking
But yeah,
just
that's
all day.
That's the movie Anna Faris and Chris Pratt met on, and that's how they got together. And then, of course, now we hate him. So, we're moving on.
Well,
But I like it.
The internet says hate
Oh,
him.
you do have it. Look at that.
Well,
Own it
shocker.
physically.
That's weird because that almost looks like Emma, whatever. on
Stone?
the fun. Emma Stone. Yeah, it almost looked like Emma Stone from here.
That's Anna Faris.
I know, but it's just from here because my eyesight sucks. It looked like Emma Stone.
House
we
bunny.
hate Chris Pratt now?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
The
It's like,
world.
I
Well,
like-
the internet does
I
because
don't
they're
give a
like,
fuck
he
what
didn't
the-
mention his child, so he must hate his children.
and Anna Faris. And he likes God, so we hate him. Anyways,
but yeah, I watched that and then just kind of watched
besides
a few things.
Sisu or Fast X, did you see anything? Because I got a lot.
I've been watching From, so that's
that
the
was
other
it.
thing.
That was it for me.
That was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a busy week.
So I watched fucking White
Everything.
Man-
Like every 3 minutes, he was telling us, "Hey, did you see this? I watched it."
Dude,
You should
yeah, I
watch
watched
this movie.
5 movies yesterday.
See, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I watched. Well, luckily
start with the worst to the
enough.
best.
Luckily enough, all the movies were pretty tight. So, White Men Can't Jump is the first thing I watched. Not
Super
the
tight.
'90s version. This new Jack Harlow 2023 Hulu
that.
version.
Which
Should
I
have
didn't even
watched.
know.
Should have watched the '90s version.
I didn't even know who Jack Harlow was. Like he's like, it's
overrated.
Jack Harlow's, and he's like, who the fuck is Jack
That's
Harlow?
exactly
The
what I
only
said.
reason
no
I
idea
know
who
who
that
that is because I think he had a McDonald's meal or something like that. Or he had it
Aaron's
was
like, I've had it.
no. He either had a McDonald's meal or like a Burger King meal or something. But he plays the Woody Harrelson character, and then there's a black guy who plays the Wesley Snipes character that I've never seen before.
Breaking news.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. If you want to watch this, that's cool. I don't know any reason why you would watch this over the original. That doesn't make any sense to me because the original is really good, even though Jordan says it's not.
I just don't like it. I didn't say it wasn't good. It's just not my movie. Like I never was into it.
You know, Rosie Perez is in it.
She's annoying as shit.
And there's a whole like Jeopardy thing. It's fun, and it's a good movie. It's like the first one's a very good movie. I think it's what put Snipes on the map or whatever, and. This movie takes all of that and kind of throws it out the window, goes in a completely different direction. All the beats are there. Like Jack Harlow's like a sports medicine guy, but he hurt himself in college, and he could never make the pros. So he's everyone thinks he can't play because he's white and blah blah blah, but he's really better than everybody. And then this other guy, the Wesley Snipes character, but it's this other black guy. He is I don't know his name. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. And he was going to go play college ball. He was on ESPN. He was being recruited, but he went to prison or jail on his last game because he assaulted a fan. So he never got to go. Now he's struggling, trying to make money, blah blah blah. Which I think similar to the Wesley Snipes story, but not. I don't think he was.
I don't know if he Wesley Snipes ever was in prison. I could be wrong. I think he was just like a hustler.
No,
he was like a baller on the.
He went to jail, or not Wesley Snipes, but this other guy.
Yeah,
he went to jail, and so the colleges decided to pass on him. He's
gonna give him street cred,
right? So he, he's hustling, but everybody knows who he is. So he meets Jack Harlow, and it's not like the beginning of the original White Man Can't Jump, where he's like, "Oh, I picked Wesley, I picked the white guy," and then they hustle him, and they're like, "Ha, let's split it." They hate each other at first, and they get together. But there's this good story about the black guy's dad, who was what's that guy's name? Lonzo Ball. Like his
Lasagna
dad,
Ball.
where he's at every game and he's pushing him and stuff. So he's
signs terrible deals, makes terrible shoes.
Right.
Can't stop fucking talking.
So
Sons of
his
terrible
dad's
people.
kind of the same, and he's disappointed because he didn't go to college, and now he's playing all these pickup games, and then they find a game that's worth $500,000. It's going to change all their lives, so they have to put a team together. And, things happen.
You're in a bad spot when $5,000.
No, $500,000.
Oh, I thought you said 5,000.
Oh,
I'm like, Jesus,
Right? It's gas money.
So yeah. Anyways, this movie felt like a direct to DVD, like a Disney film, like MTV
one of those weird
movie,
sequel Disney movies like Aladdin 2, Electric Boogaloo.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
The Chinese guy's like, I can't dunk.
I
bet you anything.
I didn't completely and totally hate it. It just it's worthless. There's no reason for it to exist. It doesn't expand on the first one. It doesn't add anything from the first one. All the characters are kind of unlikable.
Do you think they're making it for us?
No,
they're not making it for
regardless,
us.
Who are they making it for?
But if somebody hasn't seen the original White Man Can't Jump, this is something totally new to them, and they're probably like, oh, it's got Jack Harlow in it.
Nobody knows who that
I ate
is.
his chicken sandwich.
Every night before I go to bed, I eat a chicken sandwich.
It's a Jack Harlow meal.
I just want to say, if you decide it's on Hulu, it's free, I'll just fucking push play. Okay. But there's so many better movies out there for you to watch. This is a complete skip. Only reason I watched this because it was right there in front of me, and I wanted some stuff to talk about on the show.
He's like, kids are getting
and I was
rowdy.
very,
time to put on White Man.
I was very angry at
It's only so much Miss Rachel he wants to watch.
Yeah,
so he's
seriously.
like, we're watching White Man Can't Jump.
I will give my kid the iPad and say, go to town. I'm watching movies all day, and that is what
His
I
kid's
do.
watching Arabic.
He's
letters.
like, I want to watch Miss Rachel. And he's like, fine. 3 more hours, guys.
So, yeah.
Oh, Miss Rachel's in a cat suit.
I like that episode.
Put it in. So I also watched Big George Foreman, which
I was going to watch that.
which
And
is
I never got
getting
around to it.
Terrible reviews, but I loved it. You know what it reminded me of? Forrest Gump. Because it's he starts off as a kid, and he's he's always hungry because that's the joke. He's fat and he's hungry. He's but he realizes he can fight early on, and he goes to this Job Corps thing and beats the shit out of this guy. And Forrest Whitaker is oh, I can train you to box. It's like what you already do, but with rules. Check out my crazy eye. Yeah,
It's my Quan.
So, and it kind of goes through these stages in his life. I feel like it leaves a lot out, but the heart's all there. Like, you get the beats, you get the funny George Foreman grill stuff because he's like, I'm 300 pounds. People paying me to get these grills. It doesn't make any sense. And,
Right, like this is the healthy option. Look how fucking fat I am.
Yeah, so it's and it goes through like a couple of his marriages
Everybody
and stuff
had
like
one,
that.
though.
And
I tapped 2.
and it's pretty predictable, but it's really good. You know the story. When he fought Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali's in it, and then when he lost the heavyweight fight to Evander Holyfield and stuff. It goes through all that stuff, which you already know, but there's all this heart put into it. It's like, why?
That's the side story.
Yeah.
The other 2.5 hours is about all those fucking George kids.
No, that's George
just
1, George 2, George 3.
He does go through that. The fucking, like, he's doing an interview, and he's like, well, you got George Foreman Jr., George Foreman the Third. I was just like, I was laughing.
I
But
remember seeing the trailer for it when we went and saw Creed 3.
Yeah.
And we were both like, well, that looks fun. And then we're like, kind of whispering back and forth, like, I bet they're going to mention the grills. And then sure enough, he's like sitting there talking to the guy pitching the idea. And we're like, oh, they're going to talk about the grills. Like,
Yeah.
I want to watch this.
That was probably his best move
he still makes,
For sure.
career-wise.
according to the movie, he still makes like $4 million a year on the grill.
I'm
stuff.
sure he does. And I still see them being sold.
Those are his Jordans.
Yeah, right?
You guys got the new George Foreman grill?
Oh, my God. This one's
This one
black.
has an air fryer.
This one you can actually take the grill out and clean it.
Shit, that is a game changer right there.
Dude, all
How
I
hard
know-
it is to clean those things.
All I know is when
Comes
I
with a
was
little sponge.
when I had moved out of my parents' house the first time, and I was living with my roommates, I bought a George Foreman grill, and it saved my fucking life.
No joke. When I used to work in an office, because they were pretty relaxed about what they let me have, I used to have a one of those iced tea makers. So you put the water in, you put it in the machine, you put the ice bags in there.
It was like a coffee maker for
It was a
iced tea.
coffee maker,
Yeah.
but iced tea. I still have one. It's at my house.
I have one.
And I had a George Foreman grill and a tiny crock pot. And I would just I'm not even going to take lunch. I'm just going to grill my fucking shit. I'm going to make a panini right here at my desk.
Imagine if there were
Dude, it was-
Zooms back then.
Oh, fuck. Just so good.
Everybody turn your cameras on.
Do you?
Are you
Just fucking cooking
grilling
shit?
chicken?
Could you imagine? I'm like a fucking air fryer at my desk.
And of course, there's the famous scene in The Office where Michael Scott burns
His foot.
on the George Foreman grill. 'cause he wants
What I like is it's just like bacon in the morning.
Yes.
I like to wake up to the smell of bacon, so I set an alarm and I set it there and I reached out with my foot and I burned my foot.
So, if you're
Fucking
into
fantastic.
to sports and you kind of want to know the backstory of George Foreman, it's definitely worth a watch. I don't think it's getting like a 50% on Rotten
It
Tomatoes.
disappeared
That-
from the theater quick. I don't remember coming out. Like I remember we saw the trailer around Creed, and then like everything came out, and then next thing you know, I'm seeing it for digital. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that didn't.
I didn't even know it existed until it popped up on digital.
That's a shame.
So only if you're into that subject matter. I had no problems with it. Will I ever watch it again? Probably not, because now I know everything about George Foreman. But
I like sports.
it was
movies.
fun.
Like,
It was a good movie, and it does remind you a lot of Forrest Gump. 'Cause
Well, we've talked about this stuff before, where it's like I don't like baseball as a sport much, but I'll watch a baseball movie.
George
Like I'm not
Foreman.
into boxing, but I love a good boxing movie.
George
like sports.
Foreman the Third.
That's pretty much
George Ford.
They definitely don't make him out to be some super intelligent guy. you
No,
know? So-
we've heard him talk.
Yeah.
Think about George Foreman. Georgette Foreman.
Yeah, what's up with that? How? No, because I had the hard. All I wanted to do was name one of my kids Quentin, and Kim would not allow it. How do you talk your wife at, like, we're going to name this next daughter?
He probably punched her in the
Georgette?
face.
No, he opens up the bank account and shows her how many zeros follow 4.
He's like, you know how many fucking dollars I'm raking in from George Foreman grills? This fucking kid's gonna be named George.
And Georgette.
How else do you expect they're gonna continue to sell fucking George Foreman grills?
That's how
65
you. That's how
years
you
from
convince
now.
him. Show the bank account.
I guess. So if I had a bigger bank account, I could have named
You
my kid.
could have had Quentin the Third.
I would never do that. I'm not an asshole. So I also watched, and I forgot about this because it's this bad, but Robots. 2023, not the cartoon. It stars
Which is Ewan McGregor.
Shiana Woodley. I think that's how you say her name.
Shailene Woodley.
whatever.
She was supposed to be MJ in the
Miss X Aaron Rodgers.
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, and they cut her completely out. You just remembered it. You remembered something funny.
Jack White. No, that was funny. Jack Whitehall. I don't even know who the fuck that
I
is.
was like, Jack White.
I've seen him. I don't know from what.
Jungle Cruise, apparently.
That's right. He played the brother.
So, yeah. But this movie's about it's a political satire, and I didn't know that until the first scene. They're talking about illegal immigration. It's 2032, and illegals have all been kicked out of the country, and the wall is built. And so now they have
Scott's looking up the movie.
yeah,
right now.
robots. But robots are replacing everything, but they don't look like us. They look like weird melted human things. These guys have money to buy.
Would you like fries with that?
But it's illegal to own these robots. So this dude's like sending out his robot to date chicks, and he just gets to bang them. He doesn't have to put in any of the work. So he'll send his robot out to date them, and then when it's time to fuck,
it's his turn.
He moves in, and then Shanna
Sounds
Woodley.
sounds like that other weird fucking movie you watched.
Which one?
The one with what's her face from your movie? Where,
Oh, okay.
With the robots that you were talking about, that they had like it was like them, and they like used them as the what
Surrogates?
I don't know what the
No.
fuck he's talking
No.
about.
I don't know, but I'm now. I really,
the one you went and saw. God damn it, I can't remember now.
I know. Please find out.
But you were like,
I don't want to know.
oh, it's like a robot, and the robot it's like fucking like an AI thing or something.
This is a fun game. I like this.
The worst description ever. I'm like, what?
As soon as I say it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that movie.
Yeah, it'll make sense
Yeah,
when you
because
say
when you
it.
say the name of the movie, I'll remember.
When I don't have to guess the title.
But,
Usually you're like, I know.
Bro, you didn't give me anything. You went and saw a movie with robots. I've seen a million movies with robots.
No, I said it's like that.
I don't.
God damn it, I'm gonna find it now. Yeah, fucking show you.
I'm so excited for this.
Anyways, so this movie, pretty much the two robots that Shanna Woodley and this guy have fall in love because they're both doing it to each other. But
Infinity Pool. Isn't that what you said?
There are no robots in Infinity
I
Pool.
thought you said that maybe that's
They're
not
like
what I'm
clones.
thinking
They're
They're
like
clones.
clone
of. That's
copies.
fucking same concept, dude.
What?
It doesn't have to be fucking.
robots.
It doesn't have to be robots, dude. It's like the same thing. They were like,
was it Bicentennial
we
Man?
were talking about him fucking dating the robot and shit. It was kind of the same concept.
Okay.
No.
Same difference. I know what I'm fucking talking about. Fuck both of you.
I love this game. This is a new game we want to play now. Have Scott describe a movie he hasn't seen that we have.
You know what?
with
Fuck.
zero-
I will never. I'm not even going to pay attention to you anymore.
Stop it. I'm
you,
not even mad.
If you talk about a movie that I haven't fucking seen, I don't fucking care about it.
Scott, stop. It's just
That could be anything.
those the two
Yeah.
movies are completely
90
different.
fucking percent of the movie.
The two movies are completely different. They're not dating. They're just fucking the clones. But they're not.
Which was a weird title for episode 2 of Star Wars until they scrapped it for Attack of the Clones.
Anyways,
Star Wars fucking the clones.
do you remember the part where Scott got really mad and said, it's the same thing, clones and robots?
It's exactly the same
Pretty
thing.
good.
Anyways, the two robots wind up falling in love with each other, and they fake a mass shooting in order to
Oh, shit.
send Shanna.
Just like in fucking Infinity Pool.
no,
It's like our movie that we watched.
bro.
Okay,
Okay, I was gonna say like we got it. When we get into that, that was hardcore. Anyways,
I saw a little myself in this movie.
no, but so
like
they go.
Final Water
So
Power.
they're like on the run. But anyways, it's all a political satire about like illegals and doing the crappy jobs and fucking. We need. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's a shitty fucking movie. Don't waste your fucking
That's
time.
a bummer because I saw the
trailer
trailer and I
was
thought
so
it was
good.
funny, and I sent it to you, and you're like, "That actually looks pretty fun." I'm like,
Actually,
"Yay!"
what I said was I already watched this trailer yesterday, but I think this movie looks good.
Wow. All right.
I've
Cool.
seen it.
I've seen it.
That you remember.
I do. And then
Convenient.
the last thing I watched that you guys did not watch was that's it. I watched Caesar this morning. So.
All right. Well,
See you later,
Well,
big old huh?
Good big gulps. Speaking of robots, so in Brooklyn, I guess they have this coffee house. I don't know if I sent you guys the article where robots have replaced baristas.
perfect.
Gittles ended up going.
Of course you did.
Those were the robots look like.
Oh, it's like Wally.
It's fucking a Wally coffee shop,
Wally, that's creepy.
isn't it? I'm like they're making.
Maybe you'll get a
fucking.
maybe
like-
you get a
Why does he
consistent
have that
fucking
same
coffee.
face? It just looks like he fucking.
I just photoshopped faces.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
okay.
That's his face.
Are you serious?
That's what he.
That's literally what he looks like when he's doing the show,
Yeah.
and it looks like you just took a seat from him doing the show.
yeah, superimposed it.
Oh my
It's
god.
one of those people that has like they're like, this is my good angle.
I
and
guess.
every picture
Why
is
is
the
his
same,
mouth open?
the same picture.
Yeah. Weirdo.
No, but yeah, I was like, oh shit, it looks like Wally
Hey,
robots.
if the robot could get my coffee order right every fucking week,
It'll
that
still
I go,
misspell your name, but you get the right.
I don't
coffee.
care as long as they add the right amount of
SCOTI.
cream. Because I've seen those videos where people are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you know your day is going to be good depending on the color of the coffee." I'm like, I can relate to that shit because sometimes you get it and it is dark as shit, and you look at it and you're like,
I hate
is there
darkness.
enough
That's
room-
weird. That's the same
is there
complaint you had
enough
about
room?
Fast X last night. That's-
"Yeah, is there enough room to put more
Fucking
cream in
coffee's
here?"
too dark, if you know what I mean. Anyway,
He did. He did stay on that for a while.
What?
no, that was
about
me.
the kid being black?
That was
oh,
me.
you were.
That was Jordan.
Oh, sorry.
I was the racist.
I wasn't being racist last night.
We all watched Sisu.
because they said the same thing about the fucking Gran Turismo trailer. I was like, "There's no chance Jaimin Hansu dated any woman that wasn't an albino to produce that child in
Well,
that trailer."
I never thought I
That
would-
was accurate.
As we do a movie podcast, and I never thought I'd say this, but the movies that are coming out, I don't have any interest in. Gran Turismo, I have
the
zero
summer
interest
looks like it almost looks sad.
But guess who will go see it on Thursday?
Oh, we're gonna go see it on Thursday.
in. Not Gran
night.
Turismo. I am not seeing.
Dude,
Gran
he doesn't want to go see Gran Turismo
Or
Transformers. And right now, the way people are talking about Indiana Jones is kind of making me sad. And
Oh, I'm
gonna
gonna go see that.
it.
I'm
but
seeing that
Hey,
regardless.
wait until Thursday afternoon when these kids are fucking just railroading this fucking house, and he's like, "We're going to fucking
We're going to
Transformers
Transformers.
tonight."
No, I
Gotta
saw a
get the
clip
fuck
from
out of this
Transformers
house.
where I rather deal with my kids than watch Transformers.
Right.
No,
We can
I-
only do one Pete Davidson movie in a summer.
Dude,
We've already done it.
I don't care what anyone says about Dial of Destiny. I'll be the judge because what they're saying is they played it too safe, which means it makes it sound like it's like all the others, which I'm fine with.
Well, trust me, the dialogue on the internet right now is that the scores that are coming out for it are much lower than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and they're like, finally, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is finally going to get its due. I was like, fuck you, that movie's terrible.
It's so bad.
I don't care what scores come out for the other ones.
The scores, but have you actually read?
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I want to go in blind. I just want to fucking
that's
sit down.
that's
and
fine
enjoy this
because
movie.
all I'm saying is all the bad scores are it's too safe. It
saw
doesn't
a
take
headline
enough
that said that.
chances, and it's like, so what you're telling me is it sticks to the fucking formula.
Right.
The formula worked until you fucking added alien shit and
Yeah.
fucking Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and blew him up in a fucking stupid fridge, nuking the fridge, you fucking
which he
assholes.
kind of brought in last night with the rolling ball bomb of.
Do you guys want to talk about Fast X?
No, we'll talk about it next.
Sisu?
Let's do Sisu
We'll
first.
get to it.
Okay, so we all saw
That'll be a
Sisu.
longer conversation, I think.
Yeah.
I watched Sisu. Yes.
What, and you watched it?
I did.
Yeah, okay. What do we think? I liked it.
I
It was
liked
okay.
it.
It was a lot better than what had been described to me, which
Right,
you know,
right.
I told you about. I think it was a pretty good 90-minute little fucking
Yeah,
just
I liked
actioner.
how tight it was.
The kills, fantastic.
When he shoved that knife right at the beginning, I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Well, that and
Let's
he
get in
fucking
there.
throws the landmine on the dude's
Right,
head.
that was funny.
Hits him, straps him to the fucking bomb, and drops him out of the plane.
This
Dude,
dude
there's
was-
just so many like that I kind of chuckled because
Yeah,
I'm weird
'cause
and
this
I'm
is-
dark.
This was like
You're not. You're very white.
this was like Inglorious Bastards meets John Wick.
Don't ever
Yeah.
insult him.
I'm just saying, like, it felt
a
very
masterpiece.
like because they kept doing the chapter titles.
That
Like,
was
the legend,
weird.
and they were like 16 minutes in. It was chapter 3,
Yeah.
the minefield. I'm like, where the what?
But I
Right.
like that
Are we doing
this
that?
guy's character worked
Yeah.
without him saying a fucking word in the
Didn't.
whole movie.
I'm okay with all that. That's
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, like it was. It
I'm just
was fine because it
I
didn't feel like it dragged. It didn't feel like
See-
it was like I didn't relate to this guy because you almost did, and he didn't have to say a fucking word.
No,
I did not feel like
He
I
was
related
Wally.
to the guy. I just
we're all like moving over to the other side of the table from Scott
I was
right
just
now.
getting
We're like,
sad for him the whole movie because like
bro lit himself on fire.
he lit
Like,
himself on
it's
fire.
fucking crazy.
Fucking,
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
when he's hanging and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they're
man.
like, that can't be him. He's out fucking hanging in. And she's like, do you really think you fucking
You're right.
killed this dude when like 300 Russians couldn't have done it?
He's
You
like, I
fucking
gotta.
arrogant fucks.
He's like, I gotta rest my neck a little bit. I'm gonna shove this barbed wire in my fucking thigh to hold me up,
It wasn't a barbed wire. It was a.
or like rebar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is nuts. And then like toward the end, you get the fucking Powerpuff Girl scene with all the chicks walking. I'm like, oh man.
I like.
Now
it.
we turned into like a that's what it felt like. It felt
It was Avengers when
Yeah.
all the women.
She's
came
not
all
alone.
the Finnish women. No, the reason I think very Quentin Tarantino is the title sequences, just the subject matter seemed pretty cool. But like that scene alone with the women walking, slow motion kind of thing, it reminded me of like a Grindhouse film. Like that was very Grindhousey, and I don't know. I had a fun time watching
I
it.
did
like
too.
it was not. It's
I-
not breaking any genre. It's not going to be recognized for anything. It's just there.
I'm
and
glad
it's fun.
that I didn't see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
think
I
it
think
was
that helps.
worth a theater viewing.
Well, no one theater was playing it near us, and then we finally
Majestic did. I thought.
No, remember? That's why we couldn't go
Oh,
see it.
yeah.
You're like, well, we can't go see Sisu tonight. Majestic's not playing it.
When I looked it up, I think it was still playing in like one. It had like one showing in
Yeah.
a theater someplace.
Yeah, it
And
did
I
not
don't
get the
remember where it
biggest
was.
release.
That
around
Robots
here.
is playing at the theater. You should go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an hour and 32 minutes.
Cool.
And you'll be
Thanks.
into it because it's clones fucking each other.
Infinity Pool.
Yeah, Infinity Pool. That's why I said clone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree. I see a lot of people on this is fucking great. Blah, blah. I thought it
Aw,
was okay at best.
whatever.
Like
It was fun.
It didn't do anything for me.
was
You
fun.
know, I've seen enough John Wick and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, the deaths are great and the dogs didn't die. I don't. It's very convoluted. It's another like.
Someone mentioned something the other day. Well, not the other day, but they said, yeah, it was weird. I heard it was like John Wick set in World War II and Finland and stuff like that. So I went in. The dog was barely in it. I'm like, did you really watch
That
John
was
Wick for the
Skittles, you
dog? I know. Shut up. I was trying not to name him. But yeah, I'm sitting there going, was
I
that
was-
really the selling point of
The whole
this?
time when they were shooting at that fucking dog,
I thought that dog was
going
gonna get hit.
No, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
came out
Better
with
not
ads
kill
that
that
says the
fucking
dog
dog.
survives. Like that was
Well,
a big
yeah,
selling.
yeah,
point
because I was
of the
like,
movie.
you better not fucking shoot that dog.
But like, I'm just sitting there going, why is that the gripe? Like, why? Who cares? I didn't realize the whole reason John Wick exists is for the dog. Like, it doesn't.
The dog is
the
just
driving
there
point.
in this movie. He almost doesn't even have any type of relationship with this dog. The dog just kind of follows him around.
I just feel like John Wick has become the Matrix, where every weird actioner movie that kind of somewhat emulates it is compared to it. Like Equilibrium. Did you like the Matrix? You're gonna love Equilibrium. I love
I like
Equilibrium,
Equilibrium
but
first.
Yeah, exactly.
Big red dog.
But you know what I mean? Like everyone's like, "Oh, this is like John Wick." Like, stop it.
Well,
Stop
did
using
you-
that as your metric now.
Well, remember when I texted or messaged you yesterday about Becky too?
Yes.
So if you read the comments online, they're like, "Oh, so it's just John Wick. It's just John Wick."
Right.
Because they steal her dog, and I'm like, so I'm messaging as many people as I can. I'm like, this is a sequel. This is a sequel. And they're like, there's a first one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is why you're an idiot, and I hate you. Not you, just online, because they don't even know. They don't even know what they're talking about, and it's I hate.
I hate the world.
Are you online? Fuck off. Kill yourself.
Thanks for
Anyways.
downloading. Please go and rate us 5 stars, and then make sure you leave some comments.
Yeah, about me telling you to kill yourself. Just come on, fucking
Use your brain.
use your brain. But no, yeah, this movie was fine. It was absolutely nothing special. I thought the last scene was funny when he's like, "Big bills, please, so it'll be lighter to carry." I thought that was hilarious because he's like, he just went through all this shit.
Right.
Stayed
Just
with
like
himself,
went through hell. I like the part where it's like, he gets off the horse, he's getting attacked by the Nazis in the tank and stuff like that, and then they just pull up on him, and the one guy's gonna shoot him. He's like, "Wait, hold on," and they look over, and he's just gathering gold.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, damn, he's just gathering the
and that
gold.
was
And I'm sitting there
probably-
going, if you would have just shot him, this
Right.
could have been done.
so that was what I was
I
going to say.
hate shit like that.
Yes, exactly. My biggest complaint about the movie is they could have killed him a million times, and they choose not to. So the
Like, hold
movie
on, let's see what happens.
is ridiculous. Like at least in John Wick, it's like.
Reasons, bro.
Yeah, reason. Well, just shoot him. Like, just fucking shoot him. That's
Yeah.
it. You had so many chances, but
They
you
had the
didn't do
chance
it.
before the dude gets stabbed in the head. He had a gun up to him, and they're all laughing. Guess what? We got gold, and they're like bantering. I'm like, you should have just shot him.
Right.
There was no reason. There was no reason to have a conversation with it. If you were going to kill him anyway,
Yeah. And that's
Kill
why
him.
you never hear these stories really happening because people are smarter than that. They'll just kill him.
it sometimes that bugs me. Like, I love the movie. It was fun, but that dude should have died within the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
There should have been no reason to have any of this happen.
Yeah, but overall,
It was fun.
it's a fun watch.
It's a fun watch.
It's just not worth going.
Good kills. Very
Yeah.
gory.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
body
Really
parts.
gory.
Lots of body parts.
Like, hey, you stand on that side of the road, you stand on that side of the road, walk up the road, dude, his leg flies off, and
But I
then
was
the leg hits another mine.
Definitely
Like,
not disappointed.
No.
It was. I mean, it's quick. It's funny at times. It's just a lot of good kills.
Mhm.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it
Is.
is.
It's one of those,
Welcome
you put
to
it
I'll
on, you
watch
enjoy it.
later. It is what
It is what it is. That's our next series, yeah. But yeah, it was just watch it once, put it down.
That's gonna be a
never
theme
watch
month.
it again. That's
You
our
gotta
theme month.
Pick a movie that it is what
It
it
is
is.
what
It
it is.
is what it is. Well, that's a lot of movies.
Well,
Could throw this right
There's
now
10
at your
of them I
movie
can think
wall, and I
of.
could probably find one.
there's 10 of them I can think of right
Are
now.
we going to talk about Fast and Furious stuff?
Yeah, it is what it is.
We did watch Fast and Furious 10 last night.
Yes, we did.
I'm so excited that this franchise is ending because as much
Is it?
as much as
Not
I
yet.
well, you get 2 more, but it's on its
Then we're getting all the prequels.
We're literally on fumes.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking gas fumes.
it's weird because I used to get really excited to see a Fast and the Furious movie.
I think around Part 9 is when you and I both were like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
we'll see him, but
I hated 8.
Oh.
I
No,
was-
we all went to see 8, and that's when we were like, okay.
I think 7 was the last, like, kind of really exciting one that
Yes.
kind of came back and was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
because 7 was the one where Paul Walker died. So the
Yes.
hype behind 7 was just huge. Like, no one was going to say this movie sucked. Like, we
Right.
have to go see this. And we all watched it together, and we're like, okay.
Oh, I love 7.
Yeah, it was good.
And
but,
then
you know,
that's
whatever.
it.
And
8,
then
9, and
we
10.
watched 8, and we were just like, so they're superheroes now.
Right.
Like,
I think that's the one where they jump the car from one building to the other
Yes.
into the submarine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
And
that was Statham.
The Rock fucking moves it with his hand. Yeah, it was Statham.
And we're just like, oh, my God.
No, that's the one with Vin Diesel is the bad guy.
Oh, Statham was in 7. Vin Diesel turns into the bad guy in 8. And then 9, I don't remember. Magnets was part 9.
John
Fuck
Cena.
you guys.
John Cena.
Was he a bad guy ever?
Yeah.
No, he's
They
Mr.
had,
Mom.
they had to fight him. And then he became a good guy. Because that's what this movie does.
You know what he did?
Now
He-
Charlize Theron's a good guy.
They're all good guys.
They're all good guys.
Oh.
Jason Momoa will be a good guy in the next one.
I hope not. He's so much fun as a bad guy. That's the thing about this last movie. Like, this movie's a 1. If that. And it's just because, it's fun.
But it is a fun one.
But
I mean,
Jason
Scott
Momoa,
loved this
come
film.
on.
Jason Momoa is a 10 out of 5. Like,
Dude,
that's how fucking great he
He's
is.
so fucking over the top in this
I love
movie,
it.
and I laughed every fucking time he came on screen because I think they were just like, "Dude, just do whatever you want.
Right. I was
do whatever
thinking.
you want."
I was telling somebody about it, and I was like, I think what they did was they gave him a general outline of how the story needed to be, and then they were like, we didn't write you any dialogue. We just figured you'd
Yeah,
do
just
whatever.
go out
you
there and
wanna
wing
do.
it, bro.
And it's like they just kept the camera on him, and he just fucking.
Fucking
Because I can't
knocked it
imagine
out
a
of the
world
park.
where some idiot writer of the probably 30 that were on this movie wrote any of his dialogue because he was just, I think, just having a great
They
time.
were too busy fucking writing parts for the Charger to drop out of fucking airplanes on freeways and shit.
Please don't talk about that.
I don't
Oh, we're
understand.
talking about
like,
it.
Gravity, consequences.
At this point, like I said,
Nobody dies, but everyone should be dead.
when we came out of the movie last night, it was literally, I was like, I can only fucking imagine all the writers sitting around a table and going, all right, guys, here we go. Here's my fucking idea. He's going to jump over this fucking bridge, hit the crane, and the crane's going to swing and stop this fucking bomb. It makes no sense.
Oh, and
but
his
it's going
car?
to look fan-fucking-tastic on screen.
his car will still drive away.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
He'll get away from all the Italian cops after the fucking 8 megaton bomb almost destroys the fucking Vatican.
It's at this point, I'm just sitting there
He
going,
outran the blast, bro.
I'm just
Sure
sitting
he
there
did.
going, you know what? I'm not even going to try to fucking. I'm not even going to try to think about this anymore. This is so absurd.
Once again,
It's so fucking absurd.
as I've discussed, turn your brain off is not an
it's
excuse
It's
to
not
make
even a thing at this
shitty
point,
movie.
man. It's not even a thing at this point. I think it's so, like I said, it's so absurd and out there. It's so fucking eccentric now that it's the whole time I was fucking laughing. I was laughing at the shit on screen that was happening because I was like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? Like, who came up with this?
I refuse to give it a pass for that though, because it treats you like like you're fucking stupid. It treats you like you're
Yeah.
stupid.
but
now,
I think that's
here's-
the point now.
Here's the deal.
I think we're missing that.
If you
want to
make a superhero movie, that's fine. You know why? You get a boring first original movie where they come up with their superpowers. And nowhere
You need an
in
origin
these
story movie. And then
10
that's it.
films does Dom have any superpowers? Does Brian
Or
have any
Sleeves.
superpowers? Does fucking Roman?
They drive
or,
cars really well, bro.
It doesn't.
better than everybody
it
else.
Doesn't. How do they define physics and gravity and all those other things? There needs to be an explanation. And I've already said this to you guys, but I really need to put it on a microphone. You are destroying Paul Walker's legacy of these films by doing him the disservice of not acknowledging that he's either dead or doing or something else. Because here's the deal. You have made him this character that is so attached to Dom that continuously telling him that he is babysitting his fucking stupid kids doesn't make any sense at this point because everyone in these fucking movies are in danger.
Brian
so,
and I are safe.
yeah, you are literally destroying 7 films of character development with throwaway lines because you can't figure it the fuck out. It is destroying Paul Walker's legacy. It is it's a huge slap in the face to audiences. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What they
you should be
should do-
super ashamed.
Like you said, either kill him off or you have to write him off as like he's in witness protection. Like, we don't know where he's at. He's being protected. And then you have to say, Mia, you can't be in these fucking movies anymore.
Right.
Jordana Brewster, you got fired. Because guess what? Your husband is dead.
There's no...
Like, there's no reason why you're here and he's off babysitting, like you said, the 2 kids.
I'm here.
And
he has to be home watching the kids.
There is a scene where Jordana
so
Brewster
upset.
is playing Mario Kart with the cousin, and Paul Walker's not there. Why? Why is he not there? We know he's not there because he's dead. However, why in the film is he not there if you are going to keep him alive?
But
why? Because so fucking John Cena comes in and saves the day? That's not how that would work. She probably has a fucking button she hits and he fucking comes swooping in. There's no way he's gonna let his
the red
fucking
phone.
his nephew and
like a
fucking
fucking
his
Shakespeare
wife
bust. Just push a
get
button.
beat up by fucking agents, faceless agents.
Right, the
You know,
putties.
Yeah, it's just. It's insulting to everyone's intelligence.
Well,
it's insulting to the films. It's insulting to Paul Walker.
What's
it's
really
insulting. Kill
what's
him off.
Really, really frustrating. And I even leaned over to you, and I was just really actually this bugs me. The whole movie is predicated on the fact that Paul Walker's off with his kids, and they never want to bring his kids into this because they want to protect him and keep him away from danger.
But you take his fucking kids.
The story is I'm going to send John Cena to not only bring my kid into the worst part of the conflict, but still somehow
Ground
say
zero.
Paul Walker's smart enough to keep his kids away. No.
Your dad went on a special mission to Brazil to fight fucking bad guys. I need to get you to your dad. Why?
But why does he need to be in Portugal?
Why couldn't he just fucking stay home and paint the fucking
apparently
garage?
in the super safe location that Paul Walker's in. Because
Yeah.
that's what they said. Oh, you know that place that he talked about?
He's in fucking
Go
Ontario.
there. He's like,
No. You know where he's at? He's at the sandwich shop that they just decided to drop from canon from the
Because
first movie.
Here's how Paul...
No one could find you there. It's got
Nobody
bad
likes
tuna.
the tuna.
Here's what
Nobody likes
Brian
the
would
tuna.
say.
I'm in your face.
Mia, you stay with the kids. I got to go help my boy Dom. Because
Right.
he's fucking... Literally, everyone in the world... So, Fast 10's very, very, very thin plot is that Jason Momoa is mad about his dad, so he comes up with this convoluted thing over the last 2 movies to destroy everything that Dom loves.
Gonna make you suffer and not kill you.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that Paul Walker's just chilling in a safe house, noticing that, like, oh, he's being framed for this. Oh, he probably...
He's just watching TV like, oh, look, everyone I know is now the top 10 most wanted
they're
again.
all wanted.
Well, I hope they really get out of this.
Hope they-
Ooh, Miss Rachel's on.
Dude,
It's so stupid. And his kid's got to be
also,
at least 10 now.
they had a fucking... Well, they said kids, so they must have had more.
He has 2 because he had the one kid in part 7. Remember, because he was doing the whole drop off in the minivan bit. It was like, I hate being a dad. And then Mia's whole thing was she was pregnant, so she didn't tell him until the end of that one, and that's why it's like, oh, okay, I guess I have something to live for. The
So-
second kid is always the best.
And they fuck it up right off the bat because they have a huge barbecue, and she's sitting next to an empty chair. They don't mention it at all.
Not at
so
all.
I'm like, you guys are fucking this up. Now, if you get past
Well,
all
in the
that,
last movie, they're like, well, we're just waiting for one more. And then his fucking super pulls up at
Yeah.
the end, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess he's there. He's still alive somehow. What frustrates me from this franchise is in part 8, I think it was part 8, they have, no, it was part 7. They named Dom's kid. Oh, it was part 8. They named Dom's kid Brian to honor the man who's technically still alive in this universe that is coming to dinner next week. Why are you doing this? Name him after your dad. Like, this is to honor my father, the one that is constantly being mentioned that I beat another man almost to death with a wrench for. That's who you name your kid after. Not Brian, the guy serving chicken next to me at the fucking dinner table in the garage. What the fuck? Like, I understand in the grand scheme of the actor died, so this is your homage to him, but his character is alive and well.
in the universe.
In the universe, you're not naming your kid Brian.
I just want to get into a room with
I
one
ju-
of the directors and be like, listen, you need to address this.
Well,
It's
remember,
not fair.
At the beginning of the filming and the production of this movie, the director left. Justin Lin, I believe, he quit. He's like, I can't fucking do this anymore. The Vin Diesel is being a weirdo. There's a lot of shit going on. This is when Vin Diesel was fighting with The Rock on the internet, trying to get him to come into these
Apparently
movies.
they made up.
Yeah,
he's
well,
back.
fucking Black Adam
They weren't,
sucked.
they
That's
weren't in
why.
the same scene together.
No,
Not
God,
yet.
They weren't in the same scene in a lot of those stuff lately. It was like, no.
I ain't hard to find, you son bitch.
Some bitch.
Bitch.
I'm like,
Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
getting
what
past
are
the
you,
Paul
fucking
Walker
Godsmack?
stuff, which is almost impossible for me. The movie is it's a prequel to the rest of whatever the fuck is going on. They take everything away from these characters, which I assume is just to give them back in the next movie. They act like everyone's dead, which no one has died. They bring back Gal Gadot, which is apparently
I
working,
don't understand how that works.
which she's apparently working with Charlize Theron,
Who
which,
has tried to
so
kill her friends the
It's-
last two movies.
Dude, it's all fan service at this point, dude. It's like professional wrestling, bringing back somebody who's been injured for
You know,
fucking 6 months.
you know why
and they're like, hey, guess who's coming back
Universal was
tonight?
like, look, we had all these people. We killed them off.
Yeah.
None of their fucking Warner Brothers properties are moving forward. They need the paycheck. We can get them
yeah,
back.
Jason Statham shows up. It must have done 1 day of filming because he's
Right.
in it for 15 and a half seconds. I'm assuming there's a payoff in the next film.
There has to
But-
be because they're all in that plane that got shot down by the Jack Reacher.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. I'm gonna
Spoiler,
I'm gonna be
Jack Reacher
they're
shot
all
down.
alive.
I'm gonna be super
2 more
honest with
movies.
you. I know our dumbasses are gonna go see the next one in theater.
First night.
But here's my thing. I would wait. I would wait till all 3 of them come out and watch them as one unit because there is no fucking reason to see
What
this
was that,
movie
2
right
hours?
now. Yeah,
2 hours of
a
setup.
setup. Yeah.
And maybe it was just the experience because the whole time I'm fucking just
We were laughing,
I'm
and
laughing. I'm saying shit to
unintentionally
fucking
laughing.
Jordan.
It wasn't
I'm
jokes.
like leaning across fucking Jordan saying shit to Aaron, and I'm like, I just found this fucking
didn't
movie
hear anything you said.
amusing, dude. I
know.
just found it so amusing.
Because it's so over the top
It's
at this
over the
point
top,
where you're
dude.
like, no. And
It's almost like a canon film.
so
now.
there's this part everyone saw
was
in the
funny.
trailer, but apparently Scott never watched the trailer, which made this way more funny. So they're driving along, and it's the part in the trailer where the 2 helicopters are surrounding Vin Diesel's indestructible car that he's already fucking dropped off a plane 75,000 feet in the air.
Yes.
So then he's driving along, gets the thing stuck in him, and Scott leans over and he goes, I bet you this is what's going to happen. He's just going to use his NOS or something like that, and he's going to pull these helicopters and ram them into each other, and then he's going to drive away. And I'm just like, did this motherfucker not watch the trailer? That was in the trailer. Like, they sold us this movie based off that. And then it happens, and he goes, told you. I'm like, he never watched the trailer. This
Never.
is how predictable these are. Scott can pick out what's going to happen before it happens. And I'm just like, that was the movie where half the time we're going, really? Or, I can't believe that just fucking happened.
Oh, it was more. I
And
can't
then
believe this just
I
happened.
can't believe Jet.
And just laughing hysterically afterwards.
His kid
We must
fucking
have been-
flies from one car to the other,
dude.
ignoring physics.
Yeah, we must have been so fucking annoying to the people around us.
I don't care.
because we were laughing at every fucking scene.
We were the only ones really laughing.
We were like, "Oh, come on!"
Are you fucking
Jesus.
kidding me? Just making Talladega references. Like, it was just so bad. And they made John Cena feel like he's Ice Cube in one of those, like, Are We There Yet movies.
Dude, and it's
Like,
so obvious. The fucking boat on top of the car.
it had to come into play.
I'm like, you know, this fucking kayak is coming in play later on in this
kayak.
fucking movie. Oh,
a
guess what?
plane.
It's not a kayak.
Well,
it's
and-
a fucking plane.
Well, and then they do things like the little kid, little B, Brian. He's sitting on a commercial airline with John Cena, and he's just scared. And he's like, "What's up, little man?" He's like, "I don't like planes." Why? You were like 6 months old when that shit happened to you. There's no reason why you should have any sense memory
man.
whatsoever.
I didn't like planes either, and I got over it.
You know what-
I feel better now.
Oh, you know what? That sounds great. Now let's get up to get away
how
from
it
the
works?
19 fucking bad guys on this plane.
Let's
to
go
come
get in the
us.
kayak that's fucking strategically strapped to the bottom of the fucking plane.
It was weird because it was like, you were 6 months old when this happened, so the only reason you should know that you should hate planes is that Vin Diesel, every night when he tucks you in, he recants the story of how Jason Statham had to save you after your mother got shot in the head by
Jason
Charlize
Statham's
Theron.
a good guy now, but a bad guy, but a good guy.
Oh, yeah. No,
He
he's...
fights Han for
Well,
no
because
reason.
he was a bad guy in 7. He was a good guy in 8. They brought him in on 8.
I know.
And then Han comes back to life, and then he's back, and he's got to confront Han, and there's a
Hobbs
little
and
bit of a
Shaw.
fight. And then, it's like, I just...
Dude, I'm telling you.
there's no
If
no
they
one's
don't bring,
no one
if
dies.
they don't bring fucking Jesse back in one of the next 2 movies, I'm fucking out.
I'm
Listen,
telling you that...
Jesse's dead. Okay.
No, he's not.
He
That's coming
can't.
back.
We could go back to the story where he got fucking lit up and they took him away in the ambulance, and he survived.
Oh, yeah.
And
One of
he's
those
been- he's-
weird super robots
He's been
that
at fucking MIT for the last
Dude,
fucking 10 years.
Jason Momoa should fucking recruit him.
paint his nails.
Well, here's the thing, too. Oh, I'm going back to the Brian thing. If he wants to fucking, he wants to hurt the fucking. And he has
Kill
pictures.
Brian.
Yeah, he has pictures of Brian everywhere. Not once is he like, I should go after Brian.
No, every movie is where he's going after a different group, because at the end of this movie, the little special scene, he's like, yeah, you know what, Dom may have done this, but you pulled the trigger, you bastard, so I'm coming after you now. I'm like, oh, great, so that's Fast X2.
Right.
Not the good X2 with fucking Patrick Stewart with the mutants. This is the bad X2.
That was a good movie.
I just rewatched it the other day with Wesley. I was like, we want to watch a good mutant movie? Let's watch this.
Good mutant movie.
That was a good
X-Men movie?
Yes.
All right.
But yeah.
So anyways,
Jason Momoa was a 10.
See at your own risk. I do not recommend. I think your brother said he's going to go see it. I don't know why.
He will.
Well, he
Well,
doesn't
we
watch
have to.
anything else, so
You have to. You have
I'm like,
to
hey,
watch
have you
all
seen
these.
this? And he's like, no. I'm busy watching. What's that? Supernatural for the
It's one of those franchises that it's like you just can't tap out now.
Oh,
well, yeah.
You can't.
You're 10 movies
Yeah,
in.
you
11
can't
movies
do it.
in.
I'm going to tell you this. I will finish this, and then when in 5 years when they do the reboot, if I'm still alive, I will not be participating.
I'm telling you, I leaned over at Scott at one point. It's like they're going to time travel, and they're going to go fight Hitler because you have to bring Nazis in, and they're going to be like do fucking like Tokyo drifting in like old Mercedes Benzes.
That's how they're going to beat Momoa. They can't beat him, so what they'll do is they'll time travel back to the first movie,
Kill his lineage.
kill Paul Walker, and be like,
Oh,
this way
yeah.
we'll never have to go
There's
on
no
any of these
family.
missions. I have to
Yeah,
destroy.
they're secret agents now. By the way, like
Right.
it's so stupid. I hate it.
Fucking Miss Marvel's got to fucking. Be
She
like,
was pointless.
She's
got to
be like, we have to protect them.
She's pointless.
We
all
got
the
to
time.
fucking protect them.
like she's not doing herself any service. Like she did that movie, The Room, and it was like, oh, she's such a great actress. I loved her in Scott Pilgrim, even though she's not that great in it, but she's fun. It's great. I loved her in Community. She was in, I think, The League. Like she's been in stuff that I enjoyed. I don't like Miss Marvel. I just don't. She played it very wooden. I get why, but it sucks. And in this movie, she sucks.
Yeah.
So like, I'm sorry, but why are we giving Brie Larson this big pass? Like she's done the Jamie Foxx
she's a
bit where she did a good
feminist.
movie and then did Snow Dogs. Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking that gay cruise ship movie. Like she's not giving me reason to care. And they could have written her out completely of this movie, and I would have been okay with it. I don't know.
I agree with all that. I fucking hate Brie Larson, so you don't have to convince me to. She's worthless. I like Room too. It was very good.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, she's Academy Award winner. Yeah, for the first movie she did, fuck off. Well, it wasn't the first. She did some porno movie thing. But anyways, all right. Yeah, don't get excited. She doesn't
No, I
make
was
it
just
in
like,
it.
what?
Yeah, it's some movie where she's like in the shower or something. Anyways, what did we watch this week, Scott?
Shit, we haven't even talked about our movie.
Yeah, that was our movie, Fast X.
Just
Yeah, we saw Fast
went off on a tangent on Fast X.
There's a lot to talk about of a movie that has zero substance.
Right. So this week we watched a film that's a little horror crime movie.
Was it horror?
It's listed as a horror crime.
Oh, okay.
I think for the time it probably was.
Maybe because they show that Boris Karloff film in the beginning.
Yeah, like coming in at a good hour and 30 minutes. Wasn't super long.
I like
Right.
that.
1968 just got a Blu-ray Criterion release this week, which is
I think
crazy
that's
because
how
I
you're
didn't-
picking your movies now.
No, I didn't even know.
I didn't even know this movie existed. The second you mention it, it's all over my Criterion pages
Dude,
and
so
my
I
fucking
told-
Instagram. I'm like, Scott's
I
fucking
told
looking at
Aaron
the list
this.
of what's coming, and
I
he's
told-
going to fucking just school us on
No, I told Aaron, I
Criterion.
said, this is the movie I think I'm going to pick. And he goes, oh, look, it's getting a Criterion release this
Right.
week. And I go, really? That's weird, man. I'm like, that's
That's weird. He puts out his list.
Yeah, I did not plan that whatsoever because I don't follow any of that fucking shit.
Right, that's why it's funny. I'm like, this is the bit that you're running, is that you secretly are part of all these groups, and you won't ever admit it, and you're picking just banger
He
after
listens
banger
to
because
Pure Cinema podcast because
Right.
Brian Sauer says it's one of his favorite movies of all time.
I've never listened to that fucking podcast, dude. I swear to God.
I believe you.
I could barely listen. Like
you're like,
to
I
get
don't even
through
like
ours.
listening to our podcast.
I love listening to our podcast.
So, anyways, we
Okay.
watched from 1968. We watched Targets.
We thank you for the food we're about to receive in the Lord's name. Amen.
A typical American family at dinner. Mom and Dad, their beautiful daughter-in-law, and their only son, Joe, a homicidal maniac.
Harry! What are you doing?
How's your dad? It's okay.
Here you go.
Thanks a lot.
What you hunting this time?
Gonna shoot some pigs.
Targets, a movie about a war inside a man's head. Peter Bogdanovich, the director of The Last Picture Show, takes you for a roller coaster ride through the canyons of a disturbed mind in Targets.
The light! Stay in there, get down! Oh, there's somebody shooting out here! Open the window! Blow your window down! There's a sniper in here!
There's someone going up there.
What turns an all-American boy into an all-American killer?
It's the story of our favorite place to shop. Could you imagine?
With the dogs and stuff.
Get all your Pride gear.
Well, this is a Peter Bogdanovich movie, and
It's
this
our
was
second
his
one, right?
first.
I think it was his first.
It was
movie.
his first movie. It's our second movie that we
Oh,
watched.
yeah, but
Yes.
it was his first movie.
Yes.
and
And
this is
Boris
what
Karloff's last movie.
right, and
It makes
this is what
sense.
propelled. I guess this is what got him the funding for like the Last Picture Show and Paper Moon and all that other shit that he'd made that apparently is amazing. Which I guess we're gonna have to pick.
Have you seen
Moon.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay, I've never seen it.
It's good.
And
Yeah,
It's black and white.
Yeah, it's good.
there's another one he did. What's Up, Doc, or something like that.
That I haven't seen.
Yeah. So, right off the bat, I mean, I like doing it this way, but I love this movie. I thought it was fucking incredibly compelling. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Listen,
I won the month.
this
Are we doing that still?
no, we're
I would.
this movie. I think because of how timely it is and how we live in a world where every second week of the month we have a fucking mass shooting, and
Dude, it's super topical for a 68.
right, and I'm just sitting there watching it. I'm like, this feels like today.
But it's stripped down, like stripped down raw.
Right.
When he's on. So like, long story short, this guy's he's a Vietnam vet
Yes.
who comes home and basically goes nuts. He ends up killing.
How would you know?
Yeah,
Dude,
he ends up killing his wife
hey, everybody.
and his mother.
She was
and then
smoking hot,
basically
too.
just goes on a shooting spree.
The mother, yeah.
No, the wife.
Yeah, the mom,
why
super
why
hot.
would he kill his smoking hot wife? I don't know why he killed anybody in that movie.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
His wife was hot, and she just gets shot right in the fucking stomach. Like,
Yeah, but then he goes he goes through all the shit and he's like buying extra ammo and he's like they're kind of showing all this.
to my dad.
Yeah, charges to my dad, and you get the one where he looks through and he's talking to the guy, and the guy kind of looks over at him like, "Really, we're gonna charge this to his dad?" And he's like, "All right, 300 rounds, buddy. Here you go."
Yeah.
Goes up on top of a water tower, man, and this is where the scene
No, that
got
was
me.
an oil tanker.
It was a Chevron oil.
Or like an oil tank or something, man. It looks like these big fucking water towers from
we should
urban
start at the
cowboy.
beginning. Fucking Boris Karloff is watching a movie and he doesn't like it. He decides to retire from acting
Yes.
because he thinks it's too violent. Or
There's like
something
two
that.
different
He just thinks he's
whole side
old,
plots
like
in
he's
this
done-
movie.
Dude, I didn't think they were going to intersect. I thought I was watching two separate movies, and then finally get
Did
to the
he-
end. I'm like, thank God,
I
because like
called
He calls me last night at what was it, like almost 1 in the
because
morning.
we
the
watched
12
Fast
second-
X, and then you went and started watching it.
The second I dropped you off, I went and I fucking turned it on. So it was like 5 minutes after I dropped you off last night after Fast X.
Yeah.
I put it on and it's a horror movie and I'm like, they're in a castle. I'm like,
I was confused at first, and then I realized they're watching the dailies from his last film.
So I called him and I was like, does this start in a castle? And he's like, yes. I was like, okay, thank you.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of what did we watch? Black Christmas? What was that one where it starts off very giallo horror movie, but it wasn't. They were watching.
Yeah, it was Black Christmas.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
it reminded me of that. I was like, what am I watching? Oh, that was a different thing.
Yes.
Okay, like freaked me out. I
That
thought I
was-
put the wrong
that was
movie
the
on.
movie. Because he's like, I mean, it kind of goes. He's like he's a retiring horror. I mean, he almost plays.
It's Boris
basically plays
Karloff.
himself.
Yeah.
He's playing himself as a different name,
His
like
name's like
just a different
Ozlak or
namesake.
Orloff, or
Orlock.
something like that.
Yeah,
Orlock.
yeah, I can't remember. his first name.
Ozlaf. I don't know.
Ozlak.
But yeah, you kind of get this whole thing, and then it's like him basically, going through his they want him to do these special events and stuff, and he's like, nope, I'm fucking done. I'm not doing any films anymore. Bogdanovich's character plays his agent or some shit, and he's like, I got this last script that I want this fucking you in this movie, and he's
I thought
like,
Bogdanovich was the kid who came over and fell asleep on the couch. Or he was watching the Criminal Code or fell asleep in the bed.
well,
I thought it was
yeah, that's
Bogdanovich.
the one that had the
That's
had
not
the
his
script.
agent. He was the
He was
writer.
the- he was
The
the
writer, but he was kind of involved with him because he was on his other movies, he did another movie that he
did
was
like
in.
3 really shitty movies
Yeah.
for the studio, and then the studio was like, well, we got this last script, it's different, it's awesome, and he's like, fuck you, I'm
He's like,
I
retiring.
love that
Nope.
they're watching the Criminal Code, and he's telling him to be quiet so he can finish watching the movie on TV.
Yeah, the movie he's in.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny to me.
I liked it.
But yeah, I mean, it was just kind of this mashing of different, like, just there was this plot of him retiring and getting him to do these movies, and then there's this other plot of this guy going fucking crazy,
Whose name is Brian, I think?
like
Not
Billy.
Billy, that's right. I'm just
Billy.
obsessed
Billy
with Brian.
Thompson,
Billy
the
Thompson.
most fucking
White
cookie
bread.
cutter
He was-
white bread
He was
name.
eating in every scene, too. Did you notice that? He was eating the Baby Ruth, and then he was eating some
I
fucking...
almost thought he was eating a Twix when he was up on the tower about to snipe people. He's like, I want to eat a Twix. I want to kill this guy in the car. Like, it was weird. And again, I thought the stories weren't even going to connect.
And they do.
And they do for a second when he's in the gun shop buying the rifle. And he's like, oh, look who's up with us across the street. It's blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, that's neat. And that's it. And then you never see them intersect again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then the drive-in theater. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. This is
You know
where
what it
we
kind
get
of reminded me of? A better version of that movie I picked a long time ago, Fade to Black.
a little
Remember
bit,
when he's like at
up
the
on
end
the
of the
top.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought the whole like mass shooting thing was like super compelling. Like I literally felt bad when he was shooting the people in the car and the lady gets out and she's like, "Oh, somebody help me!" and then gets just blasted on the side of the road.
And there's no music.
Like gut wrenching.
Yeah, there's no music. Everything is through his rifle scope. So it's all these, and he's shooting down on the freeway and he's missing shots. You know,
Not according to him at the
he
end.
hits some of them, and he
Almost
like
got all of them, didn't I?
it was just it was very like it was kind of based off actual events that happened like a couple previous years before.
Oh, okay.
So it was like there was like the freeway shooter, and then there was like another guy that was like sniping people off top of rooftops and stuff. So it was kind of loosely based on those. And I mean, it was just I don't know. I thought it was a cool scene, man, where he's up there and
where
and
the inability, he's supposed to be a gun expert, but he grabs the barrel and he burns himself. I was like, you're not
That was
very
smart.
fucking good
'Cause
at guns.
Yeah. I just remembered it wasn't Black Christmas. It was
Oh.
the John Travolta movie.
Oh, that's right.
Remember? It
Yep.
was like the beginning of the movie because he's a sound
Blowout.
guy. So
Blowout,
like
yeah.
it was
Another
like
Scott
it looked
pick.
like a giallo and like what are we watching? And then it turns out they were watching their dailies of their horror movie. Okay, so yeah,
Thank God you fixed that.
I just don't like being
I
wrong.
hear
I'm
it,
sitting there going,
I know. I'm just fucking
and it frustrates me hearing other shows like going on this tangent about something they're completely wrong about.
I
I'm
know,
like, are you
yeah,
fucking kidding
I
me?
completely agree.
I yelling
When
at the you
Oh,
do
you're
it too.
yelling-
Like you're
yes.
yelling at the radio and like
Yeah.
shit.
You're fucking wrong.
Oh my
That's
God.
not the right thing.
It was 83, not 82. You son of a bitch.
You fucking idiot. They never correct themselves.
No, never.
it was an 80s movie in 1979, you stupid asshole.
Fuck you. Anyways,
At
yeah.
least we correct him live.
I don't. I love this movie, but I don't know if I would like recommend this movie because it's kind of a hard subject matter. You know what I mean? But like I said, I thought it was completely compelling. I thought Billy overall was just a fascinating character, and just you have to watch him this massacre. And then I thought the end with Boris Karloff coming in with the cane was really good.
Just
I thought all
slaps
that.
the
Well,
shit
he's like
out of Billy.
he's like in sync with his own movie. Like
Yeah.
he looks up at the screen and his character in the movie is walking towards him, and then he looks over and he's walking towards him, and then he looks back at the screen, and it's just
clearly
like this,
that confuses the crazy guy.
yeah, and then he walks up and just bitch slaps him, just
with his cane.
fucking
hits him
bitch
like
slaps
5
him
or
in the
6
face.
times.
Well, that's because his fucking assistant got hit, brah.
Yeah,
She
and it
the
was like,
Chinese chick.
She was hot.
but it's funny because
She was hot.
he's sniping all these people, and everybody's just like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we're all watching this movie, and everybody's like, "We're getting the fuck out of here."
And then
Do
the
you,
ending.
do you ever watch these movies and you see like a hot chick and you're watching a 1968 movie? You're like, oh man, she's hot. And then
old
you realize
now.
now she's probably really old
yeah,
or
I think
dead.
about that all the time.
It bums me out. I'm like, man, that's what did she end up doing? I was like, oh, that's right. She's
Dying.
like 90 now.
And then
died.
the ending, the last scene of the film reminded me of. Have you ever seen the movie Payback with Mel Gibson?
Yes.
So you know how like they have that shootout at the end, and then they just kind of pan away, and it's just the blood and all that. The same thing. It was the drive-in movie with just his car there. I was like, oh, that's pretty effective. too.
Yeah, where everything's empty and it's just
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
leftover
everyone's
car.
gone.
Just
I watched the
Dude.
entire thing. I even watched all the credits and waited to see if anything happened with the car, and then it just ended. And I was like,
yeah.
this is a
Waiting
good
for the
fucking
secret scene
movie.
where The Rock comes in and says, get it, that car, you son of a bitch.
Get your car. you son of a
you son of a bitch. Where's Brian?
Well, that's like I do they really maybe I missed it. Did they explain why Billy is a fucking nut
Nope.
job? Okay,
No.
good. Okay, because I'm like, did I
I
miss
thought the same
something?
thing because I was like,
It must
maybe
be-
I missed something in dialogue.
Right.
But the trailer does say that he's back from Vietnam.
The
that's
trailer
what I was
does,
thinking,
the
too.
description does,
Yes.
but no one
But
acknowledges
nothing in
it
the
in the movie.
really
No.
says anything.
No,
about
no,
it.
Okay, because like literally, dude is like wanting to shoot his dad when they're target shooting. He's planning it so well to where he even tells his wife, "Go to work in another car," because he's got a trunk full of weapons.
Yep.
I'm like, something's about to go
And
down.
she doesn't even question it, which I thought was fucking
No,
fascinating.
because-
She's just like, oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
change the
because
oil?
he needs
Because
an oil
during
change
that
at 9
time-
o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Don't question your husband.
That's true.
You know your place.
That's why
I
you
wish
don't have your own
make-
car.
Make America great again, bro.
Jesus.
Women should be subservient. I'm just saying.
Wow.
It's gonna be so bad.
How do you say that in Chinese? Just kidding.
Ching chong, ching chong.
No, don't say it.
Oh, Jesus.
Doing a line from the movie. God damn it.
I know.
Is this
But
Red
yeah.
Hot Chili Peppers now?
Bing bong bing, bang bang bing, bong bong bang. Life is beautiful. Anyways, so what'd you guys give it?
This is a hard score for me, man. It's like, because I really enjoyed this movie.
You know, if it's a 3.5, it's garbage.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know if I can give this movie a 4.
Oh, I'm giving it a 4.
But it's like, I think it's right between that 3.5, 4 range. I just don't know. Like, for me, I was like, okay, it's cool. I mean, there's some things that, like, I mean, it's short. I
Yep.
think Boris Karloff was really good.
He is.
I think kind of the snipery stuff was really, like, intense and stuff. Maybe could have had some different things. I don't know. It's just I'm in a weird spot about this movie. Like, I liked it, but I just don't know if I can give it a 4. But maybe it's a soft 4.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling.
He's like 1.
You are.
Yeah.
I give it a 4. I thought it was compelling. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I thought it was incredibly interesting. I thought it's something that you could definitely watch with a group of people and discuss, kind of like we're doing now. And I loved all the Boris Karloff stuff, the movie-related stuff. I liked the ending. I thought Billy was certifiably fucking insane. At no point did I sympathize with him
No.
or anything like that. I thought he was fucking crazy. I couldn't wait for him to get his comeuppance. Every time he was on screen, I was literally like cringing because I was like, oh man, he's gonna kill more
Because
people.
he's a fucking robot.
Yeah,
Like,
and
this guy shows no emotion.
It was
He's very quiet.
it was nuts.
He decides to write on a typewriter in red writing. Whose typewriter has red ink? I don't know. But it was weird. Like,
He charged it to his dad. So
Fuck that guy. He's gonna come home to a corpses in bed.
They did have red ink typewriters.
I know.
Because remember they had the ribbons going off on a tangent. The
Yeah.
ribbons, there was different colors.
Yeah.
And you could like hit the little thing and like the one would pull up the other ribbon and stuff.
well, Scott does.
fucking age me.
He was there. I was just gonna say you were there when the first typewriter
Correct.
was invented.
I
so.
had a Selectric 95. It was awesome.
Yep.
I used to do all my
when you
papers
used to
on
have to
typewriters.
change,
It was the
when I
worst.
used to have to change all the like lead letters and stuff.
lead.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you give it, Jordan?
I think for me it's a 3.5. It's not a bad movie. It's really good. I think it's weird that it's kind of like two different stories that just intersect briefly at the end. I feel like part of the movie I really, really like. The other part I really, really like. I don't know if they feel like they're the same movie. Like, it's weird.
That's fair.
I
Sorry you hate it with that 3.5.
I think like the way I kind of wanted it to end would be like Boris Karloff bitch slaps the guy, he gets pulled away, and he looks at the dude and goes, "I'll do your movie." You know what I mean? Like he gets revitalized by beating the shit out of the gunman.
By
He's
bitch
like,
slapping.
you
I
know
thought
what?
that was
You know what?
implied.
I'm fucking relevant again. I'll do your movie. And like just something about that felt like that moment. I liked it. I really did. Like I didn't think I would as much as I thought I would. And I think the 60s were a fucking cool time for movies. I think every time the credits at the beginning come up and they're like, this is the movie, this is the color palette, this is everything, and I'm sitting there going, I know I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
I just
Doesn't
I don't,
feel like
I
a
don't
rip
know.
off of anything.
No, it just
Yeah.
feels new, but it feels very topical.
But
Yeah.
you can
Like,
see where movies
extremely
now
topical.
are going back to these movies.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
making,
They should remake Targets.
you could definitely tell that,
No,
you know,
people would freak.
the way that
fuck
people
out.
make these movies nowadays is like it. I mean, like, go back to Tarantino, man. It's like
What? No.
based off movies that he saw that are older movies. Is that's how it kind of has
Dude,
has
next month-
pushed his style.
I'm going to see a Halloween marathon at the New Bev. I can't wait to talk about it with you guys.
What's it gonna be on? You don't know?
They don't tell you it's a marathon thing and it's 4 movies. I don't tell you what they are. but it's Halloween themed.
Yeah, I would assume so.
So I'm assuming one of the Halloweens will be
Fucking
on there.
It's just a whole bunch of Goosebumps movies.
Right?
Tarantino's
Ooby
like-
Halloween.
Tarantino's like, he's my 35 millimeter Goosebumps.
You don't do good Tarantino. Please stop.
That's Tarantino.
No, you're terrible at it.
No.
All right. So,
But I enjoyed it.
I'm
I
glad
really
you
did.
enjoyed it, man. I really liked it. Now I want to watch all the supplements on the Blu-ray and see, like, maybe I can get more information, you know.
But do you really need it? Like,
No,
at this point, it's like, I kind of don't.
I don't, but I just think it would make
sucks
it more
you don't get it,
interesting. Yeah.
but fill in the gaps, man. Just, it's one of those things.
Like, could you imagine seeing this back in the day in the theater?
Probably terrified people.
Yeah. it was
Yeah. Like, oh, shit, I can't believe someone would actually take a rifle and shoot us while we're driving in our 65 Chevelle. I don't know.
Yeah, well, transport to 2023. You won't be this surprised anymore. So, all right.
Constantly.
Next week, guys, is the infamous snack show. And then we will be coming back with documentaries. And the first documentary that I am choosing is one we have talked about, and I'm so happy it pisses you off. Hands on a Hard Body.
Coming up Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., they'll gather around a brand new, good-looking Nissan hard-body truck, and they'll stand there as long as they can. And the last one remaining wins that beautiful truck.
You gotta be a nut to do it.
Russell's out here in boots.
Brakes are 5 minutes every hour
What?
and 15 minutes every 6 hours.
My husband and I have been praying for a truck, and I believe that this is what God wants us to do.
And she started laughing, and I said, oh, praise the Lord, that's so neat, because I was praying for her right during that time, and I know there were other people. I'm not taking the credit for it.
I'm gonna win a truck.
Praise the Lord.
This is when the big dogs hunt. You know, you can't hunt with the big dogs. You get up on the porch with the pups.
Truck make money. Cars don't make money.
I can stay up about 101 hours without sleep. My feet's not hurting as bad. They've done got numb. My back's not hurting as bad. It's done got numb.
I don't like being numb.
Numb.
I would compare it to killing a deer the first time. First time you kill a really big animal. It's exhilarating. And you feel like you could jump to the moon.
So essentially, this movie, this documentary is about people touching me.
No, a hard body.
No,
that's
it's
what
a soft 4 over here.
This is a documentary apparently about Americana. They made it into a whole fucking musical, and apparently it's been very popular for a very long time. It's one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite documentaries. Jordan hates it just because he hates.
I watched the trailer. It looks horrible. I'm sorry. I mean, it's...
I'm sorry it's not a 2-hour war
you choose
epic.
your thing.
Yeah, oh, don't worry.
Did I ever tell you that story about the guy that I knew that was in one of those contests that fucking you keep your hand on the fucking car and shit?
Well, this is what this is about.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, did I tell you about how my buddy did it? Well, you know my movie is about that.
Filmmaker,
Why? What else would he bring it up?
Filmmaker S.R. Bindler profiles Texas contestants trying to win a truck by keeping one hand on it for longer than everyone else.
You know what'd be crazy if I watched this and that motherfucker is in this?
Who?
The guy that I worked with.
Oh. 1997 documentary indie film.
'Cause
An
it would've been
hour
right around
and
that time.
38 minutes. So, is he from Texas?
I don't know. Dude, I'll tell you the story when we talk about this movie. This guy is fucking crazy.
Okay.
I mean,
Did he hold his Wii for a Wii and die?
no.
Right.
I'm just going to tell you right now. Green Beret, knew Walt Disney, sat on a murder trial, and did the fucking contest with his hand on.
I sat on a murder trial.
This guy like.
Oh, he's better than me. I was in
No,
the Army.
He told
Sat
me
on
he
a
would
murder
tell
trial.
me all these fucking stories, and I was like,
I go to Disney.
This guy's so full of shit, dude. And he brought the fucking receipts, man.
I visited Disney's head. So, anyways.
He's like, ooh, it's cold.
All right, guys. As always, go on iTunes, rate us 1 through 5. Leave a comment. We'll read it on the air. I still haven't sent out those movies, so if you're waiting, just relax. I'm busy.
Still?
No one's brought it up, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I sent you the addresses.
Yeah,
I've done my part, the internet.
Yeah, it's fine. And yeah, we'll be back with some more snacks next week. As always, I'm Aaron.
Oh, I'm Jordan.
And Scott.
Big gulps, huh? Welp. See you later. Family.